Are you ready? Are you excited? Don't you lie to me. I know you have been waiting for this since February. We have made it through the slog of summer, which deacons at Woke United Methodist prefer to call global warming. When the weather inevitably cools down during the fall and winter months, the deacons, they change the terminology to climate change. Why does this keep happening? One month it's warm, the next month it's cold. This is so unnatural. It's fossil fuels, damn it. It's those damn cows and their dangerous flatulence. We have made it through the summer. We have made it through Labor Day weekend. The worst time of year is officially behind us. This is the time of year when the WNBA returns to their rightful place of anonymity. We have been waiting with anticipation. We are only 48 hours away from the return of the most popular television program in the country. Well, Casey, are you talking about week 1 of the NFL regular season? NFL? Week 1 of the NFL? Hell no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the big return of Taylor Swift and her following of prepubescent boys pretending to be girls who refer to themselves as Swiffers. Don't blame me for this narrative because I am damn sure not the one who created it. Earlier this morning, the NFL, they released their promo video for the regular season. The league does this every year to get everyone excited about the return of football. Now, normally, these videos will feature the biggest stars in the league and some of the best plays from last season. When you think of the biggest stars in the NFL, you probably think of guys like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Well, what about Travis Kelce? Vomit. But there is no doubt about it, Kelce Swiffer is a huge star. Maybe you think of someone like Dak Prescott and the constant disappointment that he refers to as an NFL career. Tyreek Hill, Joe Burrow. The NFL is filled with young stars. But for some reason, the most featured star in the NFL's promo video, it was someone who is not even qualified to play in the league. Calling her a star in the NFL, that is the equivalent of calling Mina Kimes an NFL analyst. The star featured more than anyone else in the NFL's promo to hype the regular season. It was none other than Taylor Swiffer. Here we go again. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. For the love of God, I hope the 2024 NFL season, I hope it is not going to be a repeat of what we saw last year. And look. Before we go any further, I do not blame Taylor Swiffer. This is not her fault. She is simply showing up to games, showing her support for the doofus that she will be paying alimony to in the future. Part of me understands why Roger Goodell feels the need to constantly promote Taylor Swiffer. Over the past couple of years, the NFL, they have borrowed a phrase from the NHL and the WNBA, and they have pushed this notion that football is for everyone. Woohoo! Let's hold hands and sing. I love you, you love me. Let us all become Swifties. We can shave our beards and put on our tutu. Football is for all of you. For decades, the viewing audience for sports here in America, it has been dominated by men, toxic masculinity. Last year, 81% of dudes in America claimed to be fans of the NFL, with 51% of that number calling themselves diehard fans. 59% of women claimed to be NFL fans, with only 24% identifying as diehards. Now, the percentage of females watching the NFL, it was probably far lower in 2022 before the assistance they received from the Swiffer. So, I understand why the NFL would embrace Taylor Swiffer. From a business perspective, it makes complete sense. Problem is, And I think this is why most people complained about this last season. The problem is the NFL, they just seem to be overdoing it. Case in point, their promo video for the season. Check it out for yourself. Joe Burrow, one of the biggest stars in the league, he was featured 0 times in this video. Well, Casey, he was injured most of last season. Okay, fair enough. CJ Stroud, the young man who rescued the Texans from the absolute dump that was left behind by Bill O'Brien. CJ Stroud, one of the most dynamic players in the league, featured 0 times in this video. But CJ Stroud is a proud Christian. The NFL ties 10% of their revenue to Woke United Methodist. Featuring CJ Stroud is a conflict of religious interest. Okay, fair enough. Matt Stafford, Justin Jefferson, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, TJ Watt. I could keep going, but none of them were featured in that video, which wouldn't be a big deal besides the fact that Taylor Swift, she was featured 5 times. 5 times in a 30-second promo. Now, I'm no expert in math, but according to my calculations, that means Taylor Swift, she was featured in that video once every 6 seconds. Tom Brady was married to one of the most famous supermodels in the world. In the 3 different decades that Tom Brady played in the NFL, you know how many times I remember seeing Gisele Bündchen in NFL hype videos? Hell, you know how many times I remember seeing her during a broadcast? None! If Fox or CBS cut to Gisele Bündchen during the game, it was for seconds, maybe 1 time. Hey, look over there, there's Tom Brady's wife, 2nd and 10, ball on the 35-yard line. With Taylor Swift, it is the complete opposite. Patrick Mahomes with the pass to Mecole Hardman. Touchdown! Look over there at Taylor Swift. Oh, her partner Kelsey is giving her the heart emoji from the sidelines. Aren't they a cute couple? Ooga! It is obvious at this point that the NFL is using Taylor Swift to attract wives and girlfriends to the league. They are embracing the message that football is for everyone. But you know, not everything is meant to be for everyone. Me and my wife enjoy watching the NBA together. 82 games in the regular season, we watch every single Pelicans game together. She knows the roster as well as I do. She keeps up with the Pels on social media. Hell, there are times when she knows something before I do. She has always loved basketball. The NBA is just something that we share with each other. But when it comes to the NFL on Sunday afternoons, that is my thing. Don't bother me on NFL Sunday. And you damn sure don't want to bother me when my Saints are struggling. Which means for the next 17 or 18 weeks, I will probably be unbearable. I have had a few of you guys reach out to me recently asking what I thought about the Saints this season. I'm trying to be optimistic. I am trying to be positive, but when your head coach is Denise Allen, it's kind of hard to be excited. Not to mention the fact that our quarterback is Donnie Carr. If there is one thing Donnie has proven in his 10-plus years in the NFL, Donnie, he knows how to lose football games. I know a lot of people were excited with what we saw from the Saints in the preseason, especially from the defense and Spencer Rattler, but I was not impressed with anything that I saw from Derek Carr. Looking at the schedule, it would not surprise me if the Saints were 2-6 going into the second half of the season. They will probably do the same exact thing they did last year and the year before that. They'll come on real strong to close the season. They'll miss the playoffs by 1 game in the front office. They will serve another shit sandwich during the offseason talking about how close we were to achieving our goals. To me, right now, the Saints are in the absolute worst position that you can be in. In the NFL, the NBA, you either want to be a playoff contender or you want to be a huge embarrassing failure going through the process of rebuilding. What you don't want to be is a rapidly aging, mediocre team. It's one thing to be mediocre with a head coach and quarterback that might give you a chance. It's completely different when your team is led by the combination of Denise and Donnie, Doofus and Doofus. Not only is the NFL catching shit over Taylor Swiffer, they're also being criticized for playing in Brazil. Friday, the Eagles and Packers, they will accomplish a first, and you guys know how much the shit fucks love a first. This will be the first NFL game to be played in South America. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes! Recently, Twitter was, I think, outlawed in Brazil, and the NFL, they are being criticized for going through with this game. A lot of people feel that Brazil is infringing on freedom of speech, and some are comparing this situation to the NBA's relationship with China. Now, in the NFL's defense, I don't think they had enough time to reschedule this game. If I remember correctly, Brazil just banned Twitter last week. That is not enough time for the NFL to reschedule a game. Now, that being said, I do not like these international games. This goes back to what I said earlier about football is for everyone. No, it's not. Football is for Americans. I don't like the games in London and their 9 a.m. start time here in America. I don't like this game in Brazil and the fact that it's being played on a Friday. Call me a traditionalist and I'll be the first to admit that I am a creature of habit, but me personally, I want the NFL on Sunday. Not Sunday morning at 9 o'clock, Sunday afternoon. I don't need Thursday night football. Players hate it. The fans don't like it because the game is usually garbage, mainly because the players are exhausted. The players don't like these international games. Fans of the home team, they get absolutely screwed because they lose a home game. Sometimes with the NFL, it just feels like they're doing too much. The constant promotion of Taylor Swiffer, scheduling games all over the damn world, NFL games on Friday, Thursday night football. You had a simple formula that worked for decades. It's called NFL Sunday. Why can't we just stick to that? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe I am just being bitter. Do you guys like the international games? I feel like it takes away some of the magic of the NFL because these crowds in London, these crowds in Mexico City, Germany, or Brazil, they can't replicate the passion of Lambeau Field. They can't replicate the fans in Philadelphia. Am I the only one that feels like the NFL just does too much sometimes? Also, give me your thoughts on the promo video that features Taylor Swiffer more than players who actually play in the league. Is this season going to be worse than last season with the promotion of Taylor Swiffer? You let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. Appreciate your support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.